Championship Sunday is set. It'll be the Rams and Seahawks in the NFC, the Patriots and the Broncos in the AFC with a berth in Super Bowl 60 on the line. We'll break it all down in Game Day Final, which starts right now. It is time for Game Day Final, presented to you by Mercedes-Benz. And what a way to wrap up divisional weekend in the Windy City. Overtime, second possession for the Rams. Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker, sending L.A. to Seattle. In the NFC title game, the Rams end the Bears' Cinderella run 20-17 in overtime. And so here's your final four. The early game will be the New England Patriots against the Denver Broncos, the top two seeds in that conference. The nightcap will be on Fox. It'll be the Rams and Seahawks part trois. The first two meetings, absolutely incredible. And with that, we welcome you to our NFL Network LA-based studios alongside a pair of Super Bowl champions, Michael Robinson, David Carr. I am Chris Rose. Woo! We don't need to thaw here, but
extra football, that was fun, man.
That was a blast to watch. And if you're the Chicago Bears and their fans, you're wondering, oh my gosh, we were that close. And if you're the LA Rams, you're like, thank goodness our secondary came up big time, right? It's that simple.
It is that simple. The secondary was one of the weaker, was considered the weaker link of that defense, but they showed up and they showed out. They turned turnovers into points. That's how they got the win.
Well, let's show you how it all unfolded in extra football. The Rams actually got the ball first in overtime. They did not score. The Bears got the ball, and we're thinking, boy, they're looking good. They're running it down their throat. They decide to throw Cam Curl as the Rams picked off Caleb Williams a third time.
Yeah, and I know DJ Moore, the wide receiver, the intended receiver there, wants this play back. He's supposed to cross the safety's face and continue over. You see Caleb with the errant throw, interception.
So you give the #1 scoring offense another crack at it in overtime. Matthew Stafford's going to make you pay.
Eventually, they're going to figure it out. They made plays all night. It was back and forth. It was 10-10, I feel like, for 2 hours.
I know.
Then they decided to open it up a little bit, and they protected. This is an incredible throw.
Man.
Wow. That's like in the Carr backyard, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, if I'm throwing to my 7-year-old nephew, I mean, maybe. But, I mean, this is Devontae Adams in a game to send you to the NFC Championship.
I mean, there was no room for error right there. That was a perfect
crazy throw.
And then you got to go to Puka Nacua, who was kind of held in check throughout regulation. But, boy, you get him the ball in the middle of the field, he's like a running back.
Yeah, this was a zero blitz. Yep. He turned around, made himself available for Matthew Stafford, got the first down. Great job.
Rams did give it a couple of end zone shots, and
you got to catch that, Terrence.
Still, yeah. Both of them, Ferguson.
Yep. This one and the one on the right was so close.
Oh,
I mean, so
you got to catch that.
So it sets up the thicker kicker. Remember, they did make a kicking change this season. They also changed their special teams coach as well. Sean McVay was like, if we are going to end up in the Super Bowl, we have to make hard decisions around here. That's exactly what they did, and he has been outstanding. Harrison Mevis, 42 yards out between the uprights, and they are off to Seattle for a date with the one seed.
Wide left.
That was 10 yards back.
Yeah.
That might have been wide.
What a rough finish for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, who gave us so many memorable moments, particularly the last 2 weeks at home against the Green Bay Packers with a key fourth down conversion, then another one here to send the game to overtime. It was absolutely incredible. And I think if you're the Rams, a lot of people probably favored the Rams in this one. David Carr, the experience, the veteran leadership. You've got a second-year quarterback on Chicago's sidelines, a rookie head coach as well. I think the Rams are kind of fortunate that they're moving on.
I mean, I would say Seahawks fans are probably not fired up that the Rams are playing. Still, that's what I would think. I mean, if this is a game in the 70-degree weather or right across the street right here, this might be Rams by a couple, maybe 10, 14 points. But because it was in the elements, it was in Soldier Field. I mean, it was a fantastic environment for playoff football. Caleb, those guys, incredible, battling those guys all the way to the end. Had multiple chances, but the Rams are a good football team. They're obviously sound on both sides of the ball. They have the experience. Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, just the different looks. You know, you talked about the cover zero with Puka, making those types of plays in crunch time. I mean, that's why these guys can separate themselves. And the longer you play, the better team, the more experienced team will eventually win out.
And to me, that last drive showed everything as to why Matthew Stafford is probably the MVP.
Yeah, that's
this year. 10 plays, 54 yards, 3 first downs. He made all the right decisions. Even the incomplete passes were passes that his guys could have made plays.
Still in the right spot.
Still in the right spot. Still could have made plays with their hands on the football. I will say this, because you did say something, and me and Chris, we talked about this last night. I'm not so sure that the Seahawks fans don't want to see the Rams. Like, they know them, right?
Yeah, no, I get that division, right?
It's the division. But the Chicago Bears, I don't know if they would have wanted to have seen The Chicago Bears, because they want to punch you in the face. Bullies, I said it last night, I'll say it again. Bullies don't like bullies, and the Seattle Seahawks are bullies, okay?
Yeah,
and if you look at how the Chicago Bears play football, 2 running backs with close to 1,000 yards, a quarterback, you can't get down, they can make every throw. I mean, they play football like bullies. So I would say the Seattle Seahawks, I think they're happy that they're playing NFC West foe for a third time.
It'll be a great game.
We talked about veteran leadership on the side of the Los Angeles Rams. One of those guys, Davante Adams, came up big with that huge catch in overtime. He now makes it to his 4th NFC title game, still looking for that first berth in the Super Bowl. He's hanging out with our Stacey Dales.
Yep.
Particularly forcing turnovers, which is something that Caleb Williams has not done throughout his career. Only 7 picks this year in the regular season, but now in back-to-back weeks, multiple interception games. 2 last week in the win over Green Bay, 3 here against the Rams. What happened?
Well, I mean, we've said it before. You know, if you're not going to be a top 5 defense, you got to be opportunistic. The Bears have been all year, and the Los Angeles Rams decided they're going to be. And all you have to do is give them different looks. I mean, just the subtleties of just that coverage that we saw with DJ in the interception. Like, just change it up a little bit. This was a great play by the corner. Baiting him into it. As you were talking about when we watched it live, like, they just bait him into that. That's exactly what they did. They play sound, play fundamental football, and then you just force the other team to make errors. This is an offensive error. Defense was in the right place to make a play on that ball, and he made a great play on that ball, but that was just being in the right place, forcing the offense to make a bad decision.
Totally agree with you, David. I was impressed by the Rams secondary and just how they attacked the ball when it was in the air.
Yep.
Oftentimes you see defensive backs, you know what I'm saying, try to swat the football down or something like that. These Rams defensive backs were in the mood of taking the ball away. And so to be able to take the football away, especially in the playoffs, give your offense extra opportunities, I just thought it was phenomenal. And on top of, you're playing a young quarterback. So to your point, David, just subtle movements in the secondary, subtle adjustments post-snap, you know, provide some different looks for your quarterback and a young quarterback who hasn't seen every look. So good job, Rams defense.
And so now Sean McVay moves on. This is his 9th year as a head coach. He is 1 victory away from appearing in his 3rd Super Bowl. Up next, a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So here is the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams at the podium.
All righty, guys. You know, wow, what a great job by our group finding a way. Thought our defense was outstanding. Thought special teams made the plays that they had to make. And then offensively, man, I did not do a very good job for our group tonight, but I thought our guys were able to overcome it. I thought we were able to be at our best in the most important moments, be able to string together some drives. But, you know, you give them credit. I thought, you know, Coach Allen and those guys did a good job. The weather was a factor just for both teams in terms of just being able to throw and catch. You guys could see that. But the way that game went into overtime, I just love this resilience and the resolve of this group where, man, we start off, you feel like you're getting a little bit of momentum. I make a terrible 3rd down and 1 call. No excuse for that. Should have used the timeout. They did a good job of you know, having a good call on there, and then we got to punt it out. And I thought our defense, you know, they just made them snap it one more time. It looked like they were getting themselves close to field goal range, and what a freaking play by Cam Curl. I thought our defense came up time in and time out tonight. And then offensively, to be able to make those plays, to be able to get back into field goal range, I thought was big. I thought Matthew did a great job of finding Colby early in that drive to be able to get up the sidelines for the first down. Davante makes an unbelievable catch on the sideline. And then I thought the 3rd and 6 conversion that Nakua had, we took the timeout, didn't like the look. Matthew finds him, and he's so strong, and then we were able to get a few more yards, and then Mevis punches it in, and so hell of a deal right there. But a lot of that we can learn from. You know, I'm just really proud of this football team and the resolve. It's served us well. I think we've needed that in each of the last 2 games, and we'll have to be better if we expect to be able to, you know, come away with the result we want against a special football team next week. But we're excited to get a chance back at Lumen.
We had a crazy journey for you guys with field goals this season. So what's it like to think about this game coming down to that, and how did it feel to see it go through?
I felt really confident, Nate. You know, I mean, obviously, since Mevis has been in there, and really, you know, you talk about Jake and Ethan, I think that whole operation has been really good. We obviously only had the 1 miss that was at at Seattle the last time we played him on that Thursday night, but a lot of confidence in him. And it was nice, too, because it felt like, all right, the football gods are smiling on us. The weather had calmed down. There wasn't a lot of wind right there. And so I said, after that 4th down conversion, can you guys believe they made that play right there? I mean, that was unbelievable to man, I'm up here by myself, huh? You guys aren't even participating at all. But I was really happy for him, Nate, and I was very confident that he would make that.
How tough was it when Caleb makes that crazy play to send it to overtime?
Yeah, you know what? It was tough, but I thought what was great is hey, we can't do anything about it. Go on to the next play. Here we are in overtime. What happened then is done with. And we always talk about being in the moment, being totally and completely present, and I thought our guys did a great job of that. And, you know, I was really kicking myself because I felt like when we possessed the ball first, and I had mentioned it, I thought that possession was going to really cost us, and there's no excuse for that. You know, I have to be better for our group. I will be better for our group. But, man, I just can't say enough about the defense, what they did, and then for Cam Curl to be able to make that play. What a freaking catch. You know, and then offensively for those guys to do what they did, to be able to go get in field goal position. And, you know, and we had some chances. I thought we were going to be able to get a walk-off there with Colby or Ferg, but, you know, it didn't work out. And then Mevis ended up making it true. And here we are, and excited to be able to get a chance to work again.
What did you tell Matthew before the pass to Nakua? During the timeout?
Yeah, we were really talking about what play we liked, you know, because I had taken the timeout. They had shown, you know, some similar structures defensively, and we had some success with that particular concept, and he did a great job being able to execute it. So just telling him what my thoughts were. I changed the play call from what the previous one was and just kind of explaining the thought process, and he did a great job bringing it to life.
Cam Curl and Kobe Durant had?
I thought they were awesome. You know, I mean, Kobe makes a bunch of plays earlier in the game. You know, wish we would have capitalized on the one pick that he did make. We ended up going 3 and out right there. That was, you know, not good complimentary football. And again, I'm really excited because I can dive into this and I can be better for us. And we'll have to be against a phenomenal defense next week. But guys just kept battling. They kept believing, and that's what it's about. You know, there's no style points. It's about being able to survive and advance. And we were old as shit today.
Did you have a feeling you guys needed?
We were hopeful. You know, you know, once those guys won, you know, I was hoping that we'd get a chance to be able to go back and, you know, thought this would be a scenario that could possibly set itself up, and here we are.
Last time you guys played the Super Bowl, you know, you guys built the